Welcome back everyone, NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a epic pick by Meredith. Thank you so much, I appreciate it, for sending me this track. And this is from a band called EVERSHIP, and I was just reading about them a little bit. This is a NEO-PROG band. And I love NEO-PROG. There's bands like MEREDITH, IQ that I personally listen to that are, it's not, it's a little bit softer than, progressive, I think progressive metal, but it still has, it has a punch. There's bands like Enchant, that's also NEO-PROG, but there's even older bands that are called NEO-PROG, like Camel and stuff like that they fall under that umbrella, So or on Prog Archives, NEO-PROG, because I wanted to give you the correct name on Spotify. It's kind of like cut off there. I can't really read it, but this is a 12-minute and 39-second song, and it's it looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. The song called A Slow Descent into Reality, and it's 6 parts. And I'm going to talk about these 6 parts, of course. And this is a project from a Shane Atkinson, who plays the keyboards, the drums, the percussions, the Chapman stick, oh my god, experimental guitars, sound design, orchestrations, and vocals, among some other stuff. The lineup also, there's Bew West on the lead vocals, and then we have some other people here on the bass and violin, backing vocals. I think maybe his brother James Atkinson on acoustic and lead guitars, and some other musicians. But very interesting, very high rating on Prog Archives, so I'm really excited to do this. And of course, Meredith, you always choose amazing stuff, so I know this is gonna be good. So also thank you so much for sponsoring this video. I appreciate it, Eric, and thank you for sending me the link and the information, and like I always say, I appreciate you very much. So yeah, let's get into it. So A Slow Descent into Reality is the second song on the album. This is called Evership, this album. This is from 2016. And it's gonna start out with the it's 6 pieces on this track. So the first part is Everyman, then we have A Slow Descent, then we have Wisdom of the Ages, then number 4, Honest with Me, 5, The Battle Within, and then number 6, Anyman. So it's like a concept, These 12 minutes have all these like sections. So so just be ready for some progressive music here. All of you guys, I that love prog on this channel, I'm sure you're gonna like this. And it's also, I wanted to read here what Eric provided me with personally. It says here, this band has risen up in the ranks of my favorite modern prog bands in the past year. This song is from their debut album. All their albums are fantastic. They really should be more popular. They're the whole package. Thanks for everything. No, thank you, Eric. And yes, that's why we have the channel, to push bands like this out, and to get a response. And I love that even like bands, the other day I did a marathon for like a cover Steely Dan songs, and we actually got like a response from Smash Mouth. And it was kind of, I did say that their track was kind of like the weakest one on the album, in the marathon, but hey, they still reached out, and they're very polite. I don't know who it was exactly from the band, but he was like, just listen to more of our stuff. So you see, sometimes having a channel like this, even maybe if the band listens to this later, you can thank Eric, for putting out this video. So That's what I love about this channel. So 5-minute intro, that's just what you have to deal with here. You know, we do like the talk, Alexia and I, and that's just part of the experience. You know, I'm not just gonna just put on the song. That's not how it goes here. So, but now we have come to the music. Again, thank you so much everybody for liking this. If you like the video, of course, like it, dislike it, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, so here we go with a slow descent into reality. Again, thank you. Let's go.
I had arrived in life, no one would disagree. I lived a dream. Behold the wonders born from deep inside of me. And so
Second part, a slow descent. Very good.
From the void, from the womb, a new world of all sense and need. At the breast as it's given, withdrawn, so is sown the seed. With perennial eyesight, I stretch into the day. As the child with the world set before in the ever now. As youth in all truth, never when, where, or even how. Left to government graces, then cast into the void. Will I be destroyed, or will I then succeed? questions still remain of the human condition. If I'm the one in need, then how can it be that I'm also the
Okay, so now we're at part 4. It's one thing, like it doesn't really slow down. It's really hard to keep up because there's so much happening, but it's so good. It's like I'm just gonna try and focus more on the music because I should have done either or, because the music, the lyrics are so rich. They're very, very good, but there's so much happening music wise that I think I'm just gonna like focus on the music for now, because the lyrics are obviously very, very good, but it's shocking that doesn't have more views, you know. This is very good. All the keyboard work here, the piano, the synthesizers, like it's just very rich. All the orchestration, the bass, man, this is really some good prog. It's just so crazy that this doesn't have more views, because it is just because I don't know. I honestly, I'm just baffled that this doesn't have more fans, you know, because this is not like it's not good or anything. On the contrary, this is very, very good. And they even released so this is their first album, then they have a second album in 2018, one in 2021, which is a double album. So it's very good, like musicians and everything that's going on, man. It's very, very good. So let me just go back. Just so now is the part number 4 in the song. So I mean, if you've been kind of like keeping up with the lyrics, I don't know if you pull anything up, you know, just a casual listener, but we're now in the honest with me. And I'm just going to focus more now on the music because there's another, you know, 6 minutes to go. And I'm sure maybe they go into some instrumental sections. I just want to listen to the bass and the drums. But the first part was so cool, like the kind of like the syncopation there on the drums. There's so much beautiful pieces of piano playing, just very beautiful, you know, and also the keyboard, and then that effect that I just recorded the other day with Alexia, you know, that really Emerson, like in Palmer kind of vibe, you know. It's so cool to be able to do all that nowadays with one device. You don't have to have like 6 different, you know, keyboards and pianos and organs. You can just do it on one thing most of the time. So, but yeah, let's keep going here. It's very, very good. I'm loving it. It's just, you know, it's a lot to keep up. So let's try and pay more attention to just the music for myself. All right, let's keep going.
Something that I myself
Very, very good. Very, very good. It reminded me of, obviously, I mean, there's always music that's going to remind you of other music, but that really cool, like that break, and then when you came back with the vocals, that reminded me a little bit of Andre Matos. May he rest in peace. The vocalist of the band, Brazilian prog power. They're like, I would say, like almost like power metal, but also very proggy. The Angra, they call him Angra from Brazil. It reminded me a lot of that, and but also some sections in there reminded me of, like, just like classic, heavy metal, sections like Maiden, and but it also reminded me a little bit of like a particular style of Dream Theater, but during Awake, there was a particular style of music they made in the 90s, like, compared to the stuff they released now. But this was just such a cool piece, and there was not a dull moment. Everything was so good. All the arrangements and the different, the different keyboard sections and the orchestration. Great, that section that where they completely changed the drums, into this like dun 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 dun. Like it's so much, like I can't even recall. It's not like, oh, I just heard a song and now I can sing it, because it's like so many sections, and it's really hard to talk about the whole thing because it's just so much, but it was really freaking good. I really wish this band well, and I hope this video gets them, more views and more recognition. I know this is I guess I would consider it now a medium-sized channel, but again, the problem is there's a lot of people that just don't watch the videos because they don't know what music it is. That's the sole reason. And I think if they would know how good it is, then they I don't know, they would just like listen to this more. This is like typically like just a band that suffers from just being under appreciated, I think, because they're so good. Like, what's not to love? Like, every fan of Yes, or a fan of Rush, or a fan of Dream Theater, they're now also, I think you can call them now classic rock, because they started in the 90s. Who would not like this? A person that listens to older bands like ELP, or Marillion, or stuff like that. I guess everyone. So I just have to get very creative with the thumbnail and come up with something so it grabs some attention, because this really deserves, people really deserve to listen to this, and the band deserves to get recognition. So I hope I can do something about it. This was phenomenal. Thank you, Eric. Very, very good. Very interesting. A lot of stuff that I loved. There was not one section that I found just like unnecessary or boring. They really know how to keep you engaged. And this is an album, where most of the songs are longer than 8 minutes, except like the outro. Everything is over like the 9-minute mark. So it's all very, these are all epics on one album. The album is about an hour long, and it has 6 songs. So that takes a lot of like compositional skills and a lot of creativity, to pull this off. And I loved his voice as well. I wanted to talk about the voice. Very pleasing to the ear. I love that he can sing, very normal, and then also go into a high register without, breaking a real sweat. This was really good. And on the guitar front, I love the rhythm. There was no real guitar solo, but it was not even necessary. So yeah, it was just like very original. It didn't really remind me, like, say, oh, it's just like another band that sounds like this band. It had a little bit of everything that I love about progressive rock, you know. That's what I really wanted to say. So that was pretty much the main thing that I liked. It didn't just remind me of, yes, I did mention Dream Theater, but it doesn't sound like Dream Theater at all. Dream Theater has a different pattern and a typical style that they repeat, you know, even though it's very progressive and very cool. But this is their band, you know, they sound like them. And that's what I love about bands, when they really kind of like come up with their own sound and their own thing, you know. So that's what I felt here. So really cool. I mean, what else can I say? Thank you so much, Eric, for the introduction. I hope this gets a lot of love from the prog community. I'll have to come up with something creative in the thumbnail so people click on it, you know, without saying it's from the 70s, you know, because I did that once and obviously that's not cool. You can't just say something is from the 70s and it's from 2025. But I'll come up with something so people, you know, maybe show some interest. I didn't even realize that I was wearing something completely like, as a civilian, I usually put on a shirt, you know, with some like band. But hey, you know, I wanted to do this, you know, more like this, you know. So if you think like, hey, Nick, you forgot to dress up for the video, that's what I really wanted to wear. Again, thank you so much. Thank you, Eric. I wish you all the best. Love you, man. And stay safe. I'll see you guys in the next one.